Good morning.
Good morning, hello teacher.
Hello, Jean. Hello, Mary. Welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm all right, Mary. Thanks for the subscription on a travel visit. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thankfully.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more? Where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Saudi Arabia, the Middle East.
Which part of Saudi Arabia?
It's the west part of Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I live near to Mecca. You know Mecca?
Yes. Do you live in Jeddah or Mecca?
No, Mecca.
Mm-hmm. Welcome. Meet Eugene, who is from Japan.
Yes, I'm from Japan. Hello. This is first time.
Yeah, actually, this is my first time too. I just joined this up like 1 hour ago.
All right. And
Oh,
may I know what you do, Mary?
Sorry.
May I know what's your profession?
Yeah, um, I studied English language.
You're still studying or you have completed?
No, I finished.
All right. Which university?
It's called UQU. It's Al Qura University.
Mm-hmm. Which city in that university is located?
It's in Mecca.
Okay. All right. Welcome. May I know the reason why have you subscribed to me?
Who? Me or
Y-
Ujan?
I know Eugene already. I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your channel just showed when I
Okay.
joined this. Yeah, and I wanted to know much about this application.
Okay. So you have downloaded just today, right?
Yeah.
Great. All right. This application's main or head office is based in Utah, USA, and there are 300 teachers from different countries, and they all are unique and they've got different teaching policy, different styles. I teach mostly grammar, vocabs, IELTS coaching, speaking,
Mm-hmm.
reading techniques, writing techniques, and also basic British IPS so that learners can learn the pronunciation and develop their skill. And
Yeah.
by the Mary, I was in Saudi Arabia before coming to the UK. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? Where did you live?
I used to live in Jeddah. I was working as a pharmacist for four
Uh-huh.
years from 2000 to 2004. And I know little Arabic as well. And I can understand
Oh,
as well. Okay. So,
salam alaikum.
alaikum salam, ahlan sahlan. Kaifa halik? Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
And this app has some good policies like in order to practice English here, we always prefer English language. They don't allow any other language other than English, even in the
Mm-hmm.
texting, messaging, and talking.
Got you.
And also, we don't allow like discrimination, bullying, harassment, bad words, sharing private information. That is not allowed here because it's like a social uh, learning, English learning, app.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the teachers who is from the very beginning of this app. So I know almost everyone. I work as a part of the Hallo team at the moment. And
Yeah.
Eugene is my subscriber. Is it your second month, Eugene?
No, this is my first month.
First month, okay. Okay, so Mary, please let me know how may I help you or how this class will help you.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to improve my speaking skill because I think I'm too bad.
Okay, so uh, this class is though based for the IELTS candidates, but you can always practice anything.
Wow, that's better.
Yeah, this is.
Because now,
Go on.
yeah, I'm planning to take like IELTS exam as soon as possible.
Okay, do you have a plan to study abroad?
Yeah.
Any country you're planning?
Actually, I'd like to study in the United States because I've been there before. And yeah,
Great. Wishing you the best of luck.
thanks.
And it will be easier for the Saudi citizens, getting visa going there because you guys are rich. So no problem for the tuition fees and other expenses.
Oh my goodness. Whenever I meet like people, uh, in every application, they tell me that you're rich because you're Saudi. So come on, not all Saudi people are rich. It's like false information.
But that is the general, idea for the Saudi people because
Mm.
everyone thinks that honestly, I was there. I know everyone is rich. Okay, so that's why I made this comment. Okay. All right, and Eugene has a plan to come to the UK. Okay. You guys can introduce to each other. Eugene, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yes. My name is Eugene. I'm working for a Germany company, which at the logistics part. Yes. I aspire to relocate into UK. Yes.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more about where you are and which country at the moment.
I'm basically from South Korea. However, have been living in Japan over 10 years.
That's great.
You're Japanese,
I'm not Japanese.
so you're
I'm,
from?
I'm from South Korea.
Oh, South Korea.
Yes.
But Mary, like Saudi Arabia, Japan doesn't have the immigration policy for the foreigners, even though somebody lives there for more than 10 years. But most of the Western countries has the policy, if you live there for more than 10 years, you get this citizenship automatically. Like USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all the European countries, including the UK.
Yeah, you mean the
They don't get the citizenship status.
uh-huh. Unlike in Saudi.
Like Saudi, yeah, like Saudi government doesn't any citizenship, right? To the foreigners.
Yeah. You know, when I traveled to Italy, we met some Indian guys there, and yeah, they told us the same, and they were complaining about this.
I'm not complaining. I'm just comparing the policies. Each country has their own policy.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, and English is your third language, right, Eugene?
Yes.
So his first language is Korean, and Japanese is second language. English is third language, and my second language is English. Because I was born in Bangladesh, and my first degrees were from there. And I came from Saudi Arabia to the UK in 2004 with the same pharmacist category, and at the moment I work for the National Health Service for the UK government.
Oh, I got
Okay, Mary, if you have got anything to ask, please always stop us and ask so that we can discuss it. Because you have got two trial lessons, so today is the one, another, sorry, will be tomorrow same time. But if you think that the lesson would be helpful, then you can possibly subscribe. But it's better to check the class qualities, standard, and contents before you take any decision. That's why this app has the offer for all the newbies to go for 2 free trial lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move on today about the speaking techniques and some strategies. Then we can do some speaking test. Would you do okay, Mary and Eugene?
yes.
But the problem is that today, in this lesson, there were 9 people signed up, but you two only appeared. I don't know where are the other 7 people. That's right. Nishat from Bangladesh, Azi, a lecturer from Indonesia, Eugene, then Jatin from India, Ajay from India, Irfan from Pakistan, Mahafiz from Bangladesh, Respect from India, and Mary from Saudi Arabia.
Sorry, and is it your name Rahat or
Rah-
Ali?
Rahat Ali, whatever you can say, that's fine. People call me Ali most of the cases. Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Ali, are you Indian?
No, I was born in Bangladesh.
Oh, Bangladesh.
That's right. And Bengali is my first language or mother tongue.
Mm.
So if you remember, I just said to you, I was in Saudi Arabia from 2000 to 2004 as a pharmacist. Then I came to this country in 2004. We got our citizenship in this country in 2011. So I've been living in this country more than now 18 years.
Wow.
Okay, so I've got a family. I've got a wife and a son. He's 15 years old. He goes to year 10, but at the moment his school is closed because of the Easter holiday.
Mm.
Mm.
And I visited quite a few other countries because of my job and training, like most of the European countries. And also, have you ever heard this country's name? I asked you, Eugene, the Falkland Islands. Have you ever heard of it, Mary?
Falkland, it is famous for war between Argentina and
Yes, in
England.
1982, there is a famous war. Argentines wanted to take it over, but it is a British territory. Okay.
Yes, yes.
For me, actually, I haven't heard about this before.
It's a small island near to Argentina in Atlantic Oceans.
Mm-hmm.
And there are like 2,000 people on this island. So everyone knows literally everyone. And it's a very rich island. The reason is that there is petroleum and there is coal. But the problem is because it is the middle of nowhere, it is
Mm-hmm.
difficult to excavate them. So people use the coal as like a free things, like free water, free oxygen, similarly, and no one bothers about that. Okay, if you have time, maybe you can watch it later from the map.
Oh.
Sorry, I made a mistake of spelling Falklands. Falkland Islands. And in Saudi Arabia, I visited quite a few cities, Mary. I visited all over the eastern province like Dammam, Khobar, Jubail, Hofuf, Katif, Abha, and the immigration bridge to Bahrain. Then I visited Riyadh, um, Taif, Medina a
Oh,
few times.
I'm originally from Thai.
All right, and you're based in Mecca at the moment. I visited Mecca many times to perform my Hajj and Umrah, unnumberable times. I'm thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala for that. You know, and the pharmacy was in between Mecca and Jeddah border, where I used to work in Jeddah. And many of my patients were taxi driver. They always came and took me to the, Mecca. Every Thursday night we went there, Friday night, as well. I miss it honestly, especially Mecca and Jeddah, those, days.
So why did you leave us?
There are a few reasons. The number one is that I wanted to study more, and which is not possible if I live in Saudi Arabia.
Mm.
And also, in certain point, I found that my salary was not increasing. So
Mm.
that's the secondary reason. My primary reason is to study more. Which is why I'm here. I'm still studying. Honestly, I like studying. I like helping others as well. I did my teacher training degree last year from the UK. I did my postgraduate diploma from the UK, my MBA from the UK. And I used to work for the British Armed Forces in Medical Corps as a civilian captain. As I was saying, I was posted in Germany and the Falkland Islands. So to work, I had to visit there. I know basic German as well, basic German language.
Wow.
Okay,
You
so
can't speak.
I can speak Indian language, Pakistani language, my mother tongue, Bengali, obviously. Okay, so Mary and Eugene, on second, because Mary is new, I have to just explain these things. In IELTS exam, there are 4 criteria is assessed when you're speaking. Can you see the screen, both of you?
Yes.
Okay. Fluency and coherence. Fluency means when you're talking about the topic without limitation, without stopping, not too fast,
Mm.
not too slow. And remember that not being repetitive. That means you're not going to say the same word again.
Yeah.
And coherence means when you're explaining the topic step by step and only related to the topic. So you get 25% marks in IELTS exam. And I'm sure you might be aware that it has got high score is 9 and the lowest is 1. And number 2 is lexical resources, which means that you need to know different kinds of vocabulary, like synonyms, antonyms, phrases, phrasal verbs, idioms, and sometimes you can use some dialects which are acceptable in English language.
Okay.
Number 3 is grammatical range and accuracy. So, which means then when you are making those sentences, it must be grammatically correct and accurate and wider ranges of grammatical structure. Especially, I need to use compound sentences and conditional sentences sometimes, depending on the topic. And the last one is pronunciation. Remember, very often our candidates are confused about this word pronunciation. Is pronunciation is an accent? Not directly. Pronunciation is the technique how you pronounce the word correctly, accurately, on the right stress. That is the basic, definition. And in the English language, there are 2 types of pronunciation. One of them is the British IPA, and IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabets. Another one is the American IPA, so the American pronunciation. And very, sorry, very basic difference between these 2 pronunciation is this letter R and letter T. Okay, and I'm going to explain briefly. Eugene already, I think you remember, don't you, Eugene? Letter R and letter T.
Yes.
So what happens in British English, most of the cases we do not pronounce letter R at all. Okay, if the letter is third or fourth or the last of a word, we never pronounce it. Like pharmacy, doctor, sister, mother, father. Okay, these are some of the examples. But in American accent, you must pronounce it. like pharmacy, sister, father, mother. Okay, I'm just comparing both of them. Then you have to choose which one you will go after when you're speaking. And second main difference is letter T. Letter T is very strong in British English everywhere, like identity, water. But in American English, most of the cases, letter T sounds like D. We call it flap T in phonetics. Okay, and the important other distinguished differences are like spelling, many spelling techniques like S and Z, like utilize, they will write it Z, British English S. Then OUR, like color, in British English COLOUR. Okay, I'm writing it. And American write COLOR. And many vowel sounds and consonant sounds. We say ah, there's a O, like fast in British English, there's a fast. Okay, we say ask, they said ask. We said tall, they said tall. So these are the basic differences. Now, why I'm telling this, Mary and Eugene? Uh, for, in order to be a good speaker, you need to choose either of them. Which IPA, which pronunciation technique you like to go for. And also it's a matter of practice, because many of our learners are mixing up while they're talking, because sometimes they can't remember to use it correctly. Okay, any other question? Clear?
Yes, I'm
Sorry,
clear.
doesn't mean that I have to choose a like an accent.
No, you have to choose a pronunciation, not an accent. Accent is how people talk. These are the two established pronunciation all over the world. There are many accents like Saudi accent, Japanese accent, Bangladesh accent, Indian accent, European accent, okay, British accent, Scottish accent, and in the UK there are more than 38 kinds of accent, and in the USA more than 46 different kinds of accents. So accent is the way how a person speaks, whereas pronunciation is the the rules how a word should be pronounced. Okay, let me take a test for both of you. Yeah, I'm writing few words on the comment section. Let me see how you pronounce it. Eugene, would you like to go for?
Oven, onion, top, dos, door.
Mary? Mary.
Okay. Oven, onion, dove, does, door.
Okay. If you listen to the accurate pronunciation, accept one or two words while others pronunciations are different. And this is the place where we need to be aware how the pronunciation works. The first one is, though it starts with O sound, but honestly there is no O sound in the first word. I'm sharing the screen so that you can see it. Can you see the screen? This is Cambridge Dictionary, which I follow. It is oven.
Yes.
Oven.
It's not oven, it is oven.
Oven.
Oven,
Oven.
oven.
So the first one is British,
Oven.
second one is the American.
Oven.
Oven. Okay, similarly, it is onion, not onion. But we pronounce it, that's the accent we use, like onion. But the accurate pronunciation is
Onion.
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 Similarly, dove has two meanings. One is dab, one is noun, one is a bird, but one is a tense verb, it becomes dove. Noun, dove.
Da.
The bird, this white bird. But when is the past tense of dove, then time it is dove. Dove. Is it okay? The does is okay, do is okay, the sound.
Again, sorry.
This word?
So it has two pronunciations for this word.
Yes. If it is noun, when it's a bird, like this one. Can you see the screen, Mary?
Yeah.
So it should be da sound. Da.
Dove.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
when is the past tense of dive, dobe, then it is dobe.
Uh-huh.
You can see the past simple of dobe. This is the word.
Yeah.
You know the diving, when you're going to water, you have to jump.
Yeah.
That is called diving, like scuba diving. Eugene, do you do scuba diving?
I never tried scuba diving.
I like it,
Because of-
Mary, do you know how to swim?
Yes.
Okay. Did you
But
have
I don't know how to dive.
okay. All right. I think all right. You can do it when you'll be in America if you are interested, Maybe in Saudi Arabia there are many there's restrictions for many things. Yes, still, right? But I heard that the new prince has changed many rules, like women can drive, and there are musical concerts took place, and there are cinema halls. That is what I heard. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yes, correct. And I think now, women can dive.
Do you know how to drive, Mary?
Yeah, I drive actually.
That's great. Okay. All right. So this is the basic difference between pronunciation and accent. So please bear in mind. Okay.
Mm.
And any other question before we go to the next point for the explanation?
I have no questions.
You haven't got any question. Okay. Mary?
Yeah. Can we pronounce those words again?
Sure. Oven. Do you want me to show the dictionary again?
No, it's okay. Just pronounce them together.
Okay. Remember, though this word starts with O sound, letter O has three different sounds: O, A, and U. So the first three words have A sound: oven, onion, and dove if it is noun. But if it is verb, it is dove. Then does, A sound, then do, O sound.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
this word, uh, can you pronounce it, Eugene? This word, last word on the comment section?
The shoe.
It is U sound because there is E after O. When there are two different vowels, it always affects the original sound. That is the rule of the phonetics, Because you studied, Mary might be knowing better than me. As you know, my first degree is pharmacy, clinical pharmacy. So, but I had to study it after coming to the UK about the basic phonetics, and I had to do the teacher's training. But it's because you studied in the university, your course might be extensive course, where my course was like short course.
Yeah, but I never liked phonetics.
Oh, you never like phonetics, okay. And honestly, phonetics is the most hardest part.
Yeah, exactly.
And on this app, you'll not find phonetics teachers much. There's few teachers from the US phonetics teacher, and from the UK, I teach basic phonetics, and I don't think there is any other teacher. There are a few other teachers here, white teachers, but they left because they think that the payment of this app is not suitable for them. And honestly, because it's my part-time job, I work mainly for the National Health Service. So that's not a problem for me, whatever the
Yeah.
money comes, I just accept it. Okay. So once again, oven, onion, dove, verb.
No, no,
When it is verb, dove,
no.
does, do. So for the do, there is R sound in American IPA, but in British, it sounds like do. The R is replaced by vowel sound. Okay, and today I'm going to
What
explain.
ab-
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
yeah, what about the American?
Door.
Is it door?
Yes,
Door?
door.
Door.
Yeah, remember, in American accent is a bit easier than the British English.
Yeah.
And letter R is they have got spatial feature. That's why American English is called. I don't know if you have heard it. Maybe rhotic English. Rhotic English means R its sound is prominent, and in phonetics they teach R spatially. And whereas British English is non-rhotic because we don't pronounce R. Non-rhotic English.
Mm, okay.
But even in British English, we do pronounce R. Okay, when any letter, any sound, any spelling starts with letter R, like my name Rahat, like run, like rumor, resign, resist, roller coaster. Okay, but what if it is R is the second letter of the spelling? We have to pronounce it. Rule number two. Rule number three: if there is a vowel sound after R, we must pronounce it, like Colorado, program. Okay, you can see after R there is vowel A sound in both of them.
Yeah.
Another example which is very amazing, like in British English, hi Gabriel, welcome. I have got a car. Yeah, because we don't pronounce R. Now the rule is that if there is a vowel sound after car, after R, then we have to pronounce it. Now, if the sentence is my car is,
Mm-hmm.
my car is in front of the house. Say my car is in front of the house. Now, why we are pronouncing R in this case? Because is, in is there is I sound, which is vowel. So my car is in front of the house. I've got a car. My car is in front of the house. Is it clear a little bit, Mary and Eugene?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, but as you say, phonetics is the last and hardest part of English learning. It should be coming at the end. But today, I'm giving a brief idea how the pronunciation could be different depending on the phonetics, how they are should be according to the British English and American English.
Yeah.
Okay. Second important matter, if you want to be good speaker, there are some criteria I'm going to show you in a moment. And after that, we're going to take a little bit test for both of you. Is it okay?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Hang on a second. I'm trying to find it. In order to be good speaker,
Mm-hmm.
we have to learn vocabs first. Always. Like when I was in Saudi Arabia, very good example. I learned some of the words first. Then someone helped me teaching Arabic. So I could speak spoken Arabic, but I don't know any Arabic grammar. If you ask me any grammar rules, I'll not be able to explain.
So you don't know how to write into Arabic?
No, I can read it, I can speak it, but I don't know how to write it. I can write my names only in Arabic. Okay, hang on a second. I'm just trying to. Okay. So, have you ever taken IELTS exam by any chance, Mary?
No, actually not yet.
Okay. So basically, there are two types of test: academic and general. And you can understand from the name, academic is needed for your study, academic studies like undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate training and research or scholarship programs. And general is needed mostly for immigration, job, especially English speaking countries and some European countries. And there are two types of exam: paper based and computer based. So in paper based exam, you have to write the writing part with a pencil in a paper. Okay, that's why it is called paper based. And for the reading part, there are four parts: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Both of the exams have got similar modules except writing and reading part. So which means then the speaking part and listening part is same for both of them. There is no difference at all. So in academic writing, there are two tasks. Task one, where you have to write from the graph chart, bar chart, or maybe a diagram. Okay, and task two is essay. And for the general, task one is either writing a letter or an application. And in both of the cases, task one, you have to write at least 150 words in 20 minutes. And for the essay part, for both of them, at least 250 words in 40 minutes. And examiners literally count the words. So you have to be very careful that you must fulfill the criteria of 250 words. Okay, and IELTS has offered from two different countries. One of them is the UK, British Council, and Cambridge University, and another is IDP Australia. Their quality is same, no difference at all. Okay, any other question?
No, I have no question.
Okay, Mary?
No.
Mary, are you fasting today? I'm sure you are fasting, possibly.
Yeah. I'm fasting, alhamdulillah.
That's great. I miss this Ramadan in Saudi Arabia because everything is open at night. You know, from after the Asr prayer up to the 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yes. So come and visit us.
Inshallah, in the future. And I had 3 Arabic students when I was there. I taught them English. And one of the students lives in Mecca. He always invites me every year. The teacher, come visit us. Okay, and that's really amazing. As I said, uh, those are the amazing days of Saudi Arabia. It's now my past history. Okay, so I have explained already fluency for both of you. Yeah, use correct grammar. Clarity. Clarity means sometimes people do mumble, to speak clearly and loudly. Self-correction is another important feature. If you ever understand that you're making mistakes, correct your way. So it is really an amazing feature to, if you do the self-corrections. Okay? Talk loudly. Mary, any question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, I'm suffering like with mumbling because I'm very accurate when I use words. So, what do you think the solution to this problem?
But when you're speaking, I don't see your mumbling. Maybe when you start speaking about a topic, that time it will be
Yeah.
assessed. Okay, let us finish it quickly. We have got still 21 minutes more. By the way, this classes are time control. It starts 10 minutes earlier and its duration is 60 minutes. But I start like 2 or 3 minutes earlier every day so that you get the notification and you can come and join. The second advantage is that I live in Essex County, which is next to East London border. When I'm going to work very often, if I have time, I make live streams. It's called public live stream. You can always join there. Okay, like Eugene joins sometimes and some other students. And during those public live stream, you have got the opportunity to practice once again. Okay, that really helps to giving you more confidence. Okay, next one is do not talk too fast or too slow. Maintain 3 to 5 seconds gap technique in speaking. So this is another important feature. Like sometimes students get stuck that they don't know what to say and which grammar they should use. They kept quiet. But in IELTS exam, if you are quiet for more than 5 seconds, if you don't talk, it will be regarded that you are not a good speaker. It will affect your score. So it's a matter of practice, honestly. Be confident. Do not be repetitive. Okay, let me explain. What does it mean? Many students, like I'm asking questions. Have you ever visited? They say yes, yes. Like they say yes twice. No, use once. Sometimes they say no, no, I didn't do it. Similar, use no once and say no, I haven't done it or I didn't do it. And sometimes they use filler like well, well, or actually, actually, you know what, you know what. These are called fillers, repetitive fillers. These are not desired in IELTS speaking. It will affect the score. Then use different kinds of vocabulary, as I said. Like if you have to use same word again, like you have used a word called beautiful. So if you would like to use the beautiful again, now you have to use the synonyms like attractive or pretty or amazing. Okay. And sometimes in IELTS exam, you have to give examples, give your own example, make it interesting. Always be smiling mood. These are also job interview techniques as well. Stick to the point. So when speaking, you must talk about only the topic and talk as much as you can. Always make sure to talk as much as possible, because if you're shy, if you don't talk, then the examiner is not able to assess your quality of English. Speak naturally, okay? You don't have to follow any accent. There is no marks in accent, but if you follow the pronunciation, you're going to get good marks. Follow the pronunciation techniques articulately. That means speak step by step. Use correct context, collocation, connotation. These are a bit difficult to explain for the many people. So contents in simplified English, when you learn a word, you have to know how it can be used correctly. Okay, and the last 70 number point is use compound and complex sentences wherever possible. Any other question before we jump to the speaking?
No, I have no question.
Mary?
No, thanks. It's clear.
Okay, in IELTS speaking, there are 3 sections. Task 1 is general conversation. Task 2, you'll be given a topic and some questions, and you have to talk about the topic at least for 2 minutes or more. Task 3 is advanced conversation, more analytical, logical, and you have to give some explanations as well. And the task 2 and 3 is more or less related, but task 3 is a bit different because you have to demonstrate your knowledge of grammar, especially tense and conditional sentence. Okay.
Okay.
So shall we go with task 1 today? Mary and Eugene, that's very easy, task 1. Like I'll ask you
Okay, that's
question.
good.
Yeah, I'll ask you question, you have to answer it. Then tomorrow we can do task 2 or 3. Okay? Because
Okay.
you're going to get another free lessons tomorrow, Mary.
Oh, again, sorry.
You're going to get another free lesson tomorrow, so we can do task 2 and 3 tomorrow. Let us.
Wow, thanks.
Now this is how the system works. Hang on a second. One moment. I'm just okay. Um,
Why doesn't Gabriel picture appears on the top of the display?
Gabriel. Oh, sometimes some students can come and make comments. But basically my classes are only restricted to my subscribers. But I don't know. But Hallo has some opportunities for the newbie that they can come and comment. But if they want to hop on, they have to use $2 as a instant cash, or they have to sign up for one of my lessons. Then they can hop on only to the specific lesson. Okay, so the common questions are task 1. Let's go with Mary first. Okay, Eugene, so that you can hear.
Oh my goodness, why me first?
All right, Eugene first. All right, it's very common question, nothing to be worried. Like, may I know your full name? Eugene.
Oh, my name is Eugene Cho. Eugene is my last name. Cho is my first name.
Very good. So if you listen to him, that will be helpful for you, Mary. And sometimes some people have nickname, or we call it pet name. Yeah, right.
Oh.
Nickname, or they call it pet name, like family members call it. You can say that I've got a nickname, this, and my dad or my mom calls me by this name. You can always add. Okay, another important matter is that sometimes the question will be like yes and no, but do not be limited to yes and no. Okay, explain and always answer in full sentence rather than single word. Okay, so next is that how may I address you, Eugene?
Oh, please call me Eugene.
Thank you. And may I know where are you from?
I'm basically from South Korea. However, have been living in Japan over 10 years. Yes.
The city, what's the name of the city you live?
I used to live in Shigaken, which were nearby Osaka city, which is second city in Japan. But however, currently living in Tokyo, the
Okay.
capital city of Japan.
So, in your city, is there any famous place for the tourist?
Yes, absolutely. The Tokyo is the famous city, not only tourist but also economical city.
Is there any pollution in your city, like air pollution or water pollution?
Oh, yes, there are a lot of pollution because a lot of people are crowded in Japan. A lot of people have been living in Japan. We have a lot of problem, kind of trashy problem and how can I say noisy problem. Yeah, those kind of pollution we have.
Okay. Do you think that government should do something to resolve this problem?
I'm not sure, but government and not only government but also people are doing how to solve this problem.
Okay.
People. Yes.
Okay. Say you're one of the residents there. What would be your role to resolve it?
I yes. In my perspective, I give a try. Do not make trash and do not make noisy in my home and in my country in the train. Yes. E- everywhere I go.
Do you do recycling?
Yes, I do recycling every day.
All right. So thank you very much. So these are some of the questions. Okay, Mary, I'm sure. Task one is very easy. It's all about you and some general question, the place or your hobby or your liking, disliking. So Mary, shall I start with you?
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't be nervous. Remember, there is another important advice for the speakers. Do not be nervous under any situation. If you become nervous, even you will miss the normal answers. Okay.
Okay.
Think that you're talking to generally to your known person, so that it will help you becoming cool and calm and answer it correctly. Please remember once again, Eugene and Mary, for every question in IELTS exam, there is a pattern. Like if the question is present tense and if there is a grammar, like present indefinite or present continuous, please try to use the same pattern when you're answering. And that is very
Uh-huh.
important. If the question is past tense, you must answer in past tense. Okay. The third one is if the question is in future tense, definitely you have to use the future tense. This is how the examiner is going to assess your quality of English, understanding grammar and using the tenses correctly. Okay,
Okay.
great. So now it's Mary's turn. Mary, um, may I know your full name?
Okay, my first name is Mariam. Okay, well, you can't, yeah. And my second name is Muhammad.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, and yeah, but to shorten my name or to make it easier for people to address me, you just can call me Mary.
okay, um, where do you come from?
I come from Saudi Arabia, originally from Taif. It's a city in the western part, okay? But I live in Mecca.
Okay, great. May I know why you're taking the test?
Okay, actually, I'm planning to study abroad to complete my master degree.
Have you contacted any university yet?
Not yet.
Do you know the required score?
Sorry again.
Do you know the required score of IELTS exam for the admission? Do you have any idea about that? How much score you might need?
I couldn't get it.
So if you want to study abroad, each university has
Mm-hmm.
some eligibility criteria. So did you have a chance to look any university yet to find out how much score you might need?
Actually, I'm still working on my IELTS. I'm trying to improve my English. So maybe I'll try to work on this part like after 2 months maybe.
Okay. So do you live in a joint family or a single family?
What does it mean?
Single family like you, father, mother, brothers. Joint family means you, your parents, your grandparents all together.
No, I live with single family. Actually, now I live alone.
Okay. And do you think that sometimes family has a role to resolve your personal problem?
Can you repeat it? Because your voice is breaking up.
Oh, sorry, because of my network. Okay. If do you think that a family has a role to resolve the family member's problem?
Again,
Is my voice clear now, Eugene and Mary?
In my perspective, your voice is clear to me.
All right. So, Mary, the question is, it's a bit complicated question though. Do you think that a family has a role to resolve family members' problem?
you mean
Like
to
if,
solve it?
yeah, if like say if someone has a problem in family, your brother or you, the main person like your dad or mom can help you
Mm-hmm.
to resolve the problem. Like
Not
say,
all the time. It depends on the problem,
okay, so
like whether it's a big, like it needs someone like to help me with, or maybe it's just like a slight problem.
mhm,
Yeah, so I can just manage it by myself.
okay. So remember, these are only for questions to know about English fluency. That is nothing specific or real, okay? And IELTS exam, honestly, many of the answers are nothing but making up a story. Even though you don't know the answer, you can always create a story, reliable story. We say it, okay? And the place you live, is there any famous? The same question I asked you, in tourist spot?
Yes, there is the biggest tower in Tokyo. The name is Skytree.
Okay.
The yeah.
Let me ask this question to Mary. Mary, do you think that is there any famous tourist spot in your city where you live?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, masjid in Makki, or we call it Al Haram.
Mm-hmm. And why it is
Yeah,
famous for?
it's a mosque. In English, it's a mosque where Muslim people gather there to pray, to perform Umrah, and also to perform Al Hajj.
Okay. Can everyone go and visit this mosque?
Sorry?
Can everyone go there and visit this mosque?
No, actually, it's only for Muslim people. Non-Muslim cannot attend or come to this holy place.
Okay. Thanks for the answer. Now I'm changing the question to a different question for both of you. I'll ask you first. Uh, how do you spend your free time, Mary?
Well, how do I spend my free time? Most of the time, I prefer to chat with people in English in order to improve my English skill, or to join some voice chats. I also like reading, or also in my free time, I play some I do some exercises.
Mm-hmm. And what kinds of books do you like reading?
Novels and stories.
Could you tell me a name of the book you have read recently?
Yeah, 2000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Okay, thank you very much. So these are some more or less this kind of questions are asked in the part one, task one in an IELTS exam. And in task 2 and 3, as we aim to practice it tomorrow. So what happened in task 2, you'll be given a topic and there would be a question, okay, a few questions. You'll be given 1 minute time to think of it. In real life exam in IELTS, so you'll be given a pencil and a paper to write your points, what you're going to talk about. And When the timer starts, examiner is going to check time and I'm going to check the time too. Then you have to speak at least 2 minutes about the topic. Okay. And remember, this is the place where many of our learners find it very difficult to talk, because you you have to speak by yourself. So you have to maintain grammar, you have to maintain vocab, you have to maintain your intonation, your good pronunciation skill as well. Okay. So we've got 26 seconds. All right. Thank you very much, Mary, for the subscription. I'm very glad to see you, and Eugene as well. Any other question?
I have no question.
All right. Mary says, my voice is not clear. I'm sorry. Sometimes, it's a technical glitch. So it's going to finish in 5 seconds. I will see you later. You take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.